chili cheese here. Hey y'all, you are just in time for lime pepper marinated fajitas. I'm Justin, let's get this thing going. So it's hatch chili season here in Texas. And so we were at the store and I was trying to find some hatch chili infused wine or some beer. And unfortunately I didn't have any, but you know what, that's not gonna stop us. Let's go ahead and make our own. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut a little tip off of the hatch chili here. We're gonna go ahead and split it into two. So we got two. Got our glasses right here. And we're gonna put our hatch chili tips right there in the cup. And yes, we've already opened up the bottle of La Marca. We're gonna go ahead and open it up. Let's go ahead and give this thing a slight pour here. And do this a little bit slowly here. Let the bubbles fizz up. Get infused with that hatch chili. All right, now we've got our hatch chili infused La Marca Prosecco. We'll let this sit for about, I'd say 5 minutes, and then we'll get to it. All right, lime pepper marinated fajitas. So what we've got here down below is we have our flank steak. Now we couldn't get skirt steak at the store, but that's not a problem. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tenderize this with this meat tenderizer right here. All right, y'all, now that we have finished tenderizing the steak, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the very quick marinade on this lime pepper marinated fajita. So we're gonna go ahead and take our steak, place it here in this glass dish. Let me get rid of this. All right, and what I've done is I've cut up 2 limes right now for the steak. And what I want to do is I want to take at least 1 lime wedge and just start getting a little bit of that lime over the steak so you can start getting it seasoned in. So very simple. As part of the seasoning at the store, we did get a mixture of lime, salt, and pepper. And so we're going to take that and we're going to sprinkle this very generously over the meat. And then we also have some salt, pepper, garlic right here as well too. Generously sprinkle that on here as well. Now the secret to the lime pepper marinated fajitas is not only the lime, but cumin as well too. These two are the key to get that great flavor that you want out of the meat. This is something that you probably find at some of the local restaurants and maybe even some of the most popular ones, but I find that the combination of this plus the salt, pepper, garlic just makes it really fantastic fajita. We're gonna take the cumin and the lime. So first things first, get this cumin nice and liberally on to our flank steak here. Make sure that that squeezes the juices real nice all over the steak. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we're gonna let it sit for about an hour, and we will be right back at you. So now that the fajitas meat is marinating in the fridge, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start flame grilling our hatch chilies. So this really brings out the deep, robust flavor of them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start the stovetop here, get it on high. Just gonna go ahead and place it directly on these grates. we're gonna wanna see a nice color out from this. And don't forget your tongs, because this thing's gonna get really hot. So as the chili starts to cut, it should start to blister a little bit. Now in New Mexico, what they end up doing with the chilies is they put them in this gigantic barrel roaster, and they put it over this direct, like really hot flame, and they tumble it around to really get that flavor out of those chilies. Unfortunately, we don't have one of those here, but this is kind of the next best thing. So as you can see right here, as it's kind of getting direct on that flame, it's going to start to really blister up nicely. So we're going to let this go for a few minutes. So now that we're done roasting the hatch chilies, we're gonna go ahead and let them sit for a little bit to cool down. And what we're gonna end up doing is we're just gonna go ahead and roughly cut up our onion for our fajita vegetables. I'm gonna spare you the details and we'll be right back. So we are done marinating the fajita meat in the fridge. So what we're going to do is we're first going to start getting the onions sweated down into the pan, and then after that we'll add the hatch chilies since they've already cooked a little bit. So first things first is we're going to go ahead and add some butter here to our cast iron skillet. Should be pretty warm here. We'll let that kind of melt down just a little bit. But as that goes, hear that sizzle? Go ahead and add onions here. So those added to the pan. Beautiful. Get those nice and distributed in with the butter. Be careful, the pan's not hot right now, but if you guys are using this at the house, make sure you have some gloves or an oven mitt there, but we're fine right now. All right, we're gonna let the hatch chili sit. So the next thing is we're gonna wanna get this meat cooking as well too. So we're gonna take our olive oil here and go ahead and put some of this olive oil here on the pan. Get that sizzling down. Tongs here, get that meat up on to our flat top cast iron. We'll let this cook down probably about 3 to 4 minutes aside, and then we'll be right back. Meat's been cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes, so let's go ahead and give it a turn and see how it runs. Looking real nice. Get that char that we got in the end. This time we'll also add our hatch. Get that up. Let that sit a little bit. We'll turn the heat on low. All right, so now that we are done cooking and slicing up the fajitas, let's go ahead and make our taco. Got our flour tortilla here that we just warmed up. Come on. Right here. Let's get some pieces of our fajita meat here. Smells delicious. Get some of these onions and definitely the hatch chilies here. We also have some hatch chili cheese here as well too. That pre-shredded from the store. All right, wrap this sucker up. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, needs a little bit of salt. This is awesome. All right, and the final step to this was our hatch chili infused Prosecco. Let's try it out. Delicious. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later.